हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा। दोस्तों, फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाएं, खुद को नहीं। हमारे समाज में सब्सटेंस अब्यूज़ बहुत तेज़ी से बढ़ रहा है, फिर चाहे वो तंबाकू हो, शराब हो या कोई और भी ड्रग्स क्यों ना हो। टीनेजर्स के बीच इसकी लत काफ़ी बढ़ती हुई देखी जा रही है, क्योंकि टीनेजर्स में ये सब करना बहुत ही कूल माना जाता है। इसका जीता जागता उदाहरण यह है कि जब लॉकडाउन खुला तो सबसे लंबी कतारें शराब की दुकानों के सामने ही देखी जा रही थी। ये काफ़ी अफसोस की बात है कि एक तरफ तो हम महामारी से लड़ रहे होते हैं और दूसरी तरफ हम खुद ही मौत को अपने गले लगा रहे होते हैं। भारत में जो ड्रग अब्यूज़ है वो उसका जो दुरुपयोग है वो अपनी चरम सीमा पर है। इंडिया का जो इलिसिट ड्रग मार्केट है, उसमें जो ओपियोइड्स है, उसमें कई तरह के ड्रग्स है जो काफ़ी फेमस है, काफ़ी ज़्यादा डोमिनेट करते हैं। उसमें से दो ड्रग्स ऐसे हैं, ओपियोइड्स और कैनबिस, जो सबसे ज़्यादा डोमिनेट किए जा रहे होते हैं। इसमें हेरोइन, चरस और गांजा भी शामिल होते हैं। आपसे कुछ आंकड़े शेयर करते हैं। इंडिया में जो ओपियोइड यूज़र्स है, उसका जो एवरेज यूज़ है वो ग्लोबल और एशियन एवरेज से भी कहीं ज़्यादा है। इंडिया में लगभग 2.6 क्रॉस ओपियोइड यूज़र्स हैं और 3.1 क्रॉस कैनबिस यूज़र्स, यानी 2.6 करोड़ लोग हैं जो ओपियोइड यूज़ करते हैं और 3.1 दशमलव लोग हैं जो कैनबिस यूज़ कर रहे होते हैं। इंडिया में 60 लाख से भी ज़्यादा लोग ओपियोइड यूज़ डिसऑर्डर से पीड़ित होते हैं। 8.5 से भी ज़्यादा लोग हेरोइन इंजेक्ट करते हैं। इंडिया में करीब 3.5 करोड़ लोग ड्रग एडिक्ट हैं और 16 करोड़ से भी ज़्यादा लोग अल्कोहल यूज़ करते हैं। 3 में से 1 अल्कोहल यूज़र को इसके हानिकारक लत के कारण मदद की ज़रूरत होती है। ड्रग एडिक्शन की वजह से सुसाइड के केसेस पिछले 10 सालों में डबल हो गए हैं। महिलाओं की तुलना में पुरुषों में ये सुसाइड के केसेस काफ़ी देखे जा रहे होते, करीब 95% है। और एक और चौंकाने वाली बात यह है कि सुसाइड केसेस में सबसे ज़्यादा नंबर महाराष्ट्र स्टेट का है। सब्सटेंस एब्यूज़ यूपी, बिहार, पंजाब, दिल्ली, गोवा और उत्तर पूर्वी राज्यों में भी काफ़ी देखा जा रहा होता है। एक सर्वे के अनुसार करीब 44% लोग ड्रग एडिक्ट है जो होते हैं वो अपने नशे को छोड़ना चाहते हैं। इनमें से करीब 25% लोगों को ही ट्रीटमेंट मिल पाता है। स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन और जो चाइल्ड लेबर्स होते हैं उनमें भी तरह तरह के ड्रग एडिक्शंस के शिकार होते हैं, ड्रग एडिक्शंस देखे जा रहे होते हैं। बदलते कल्चरल वैल्यूज़ और साथ ही साथ पढ़ाई और रोज़गार में जो बढ़ते हुए कंपटीशन है, इसकी वजह से जो टीनेजर्स हैं वो काफ़ी हद तक इसके लत की शिकार हो जाते हैं। हर साल 26 जून को इंटरनेशनल डे अगेंस्ट ड्रग अब्यूज़ और इलिसिट ट्रैफिकिंग मनाया जाता है। इसका एकमात्र उद्देश्य यह है कि एडिक्शंस, किसी भी तरह के एडिक्शंस के प्रति जागरूकता फैलाई जा सके, उससे कंट्रोल किया जा सके, समाज में इस तरह के जो दुरुपयोग हो रहे हैं उनसे लोगों को अवेयर कराया जा सके और साथ ही साथ एक ड्रग अब्यूज़ फ्री सोसाइटी बनाई जा सके। हमारे देश के जो भविष्य है वो हमारे युवा हैं। अगर वही एडिक्शन के शिकार होंगे तो हमारे देश का भविष्य कैसे अच्छा हो सकता है। इसीलिए हमें अपने लोगों और अपने खासकर अपने युवाओं को इस लत की, इस नशे की बीमारी से बाहर लाने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए। उन्हें अवेयर करना चाहिए, उन्हें हेल्प करना चाहिए ताकि वो इस ड्रग एडिक्शन से बाहर आ सकें। से नो टू ड्रग्स, स्टे हेल्दी, स्टे ट्यून टू मेडिसिन।
The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking falls on June 26th of every year to bring to light the issues of the seriousness that illicit drugs fosters on the society. This occasion is upheld by people, networks, and social organizations everywhere in the world. This day is observed worldwide with much consciousness to make the society at large aware about the risks of chronic drug use and illicit trafficking. It's a problem which is significant obstruction to health and like a poison to the young. We at MediCircle are conducting a series on this International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking to make people understand the significance of not using drugs and stopping it, and illicit trafficking also. Hi, this is Sana Khan, and today in this initiative, we're going to speak to Ms. Shaili Mehta. Shaili Mehta is a psychologist at Veda Rehabilitation and Wellness Center in Mumbai. Although Veda provides its services spread across various parts of India, including Mumbai, New Delhi, Pune, Bangalore, Kolkata, etc., Veda has its multi-speciality rehab and wellness facility for addicts of substance abuse and those afflicted with mental and psychological disorders and conditions. The key services currently offered by Veda are alcohol de-addiction service, substance de-addiction service, prescription drugs de-addiction service, and treatment of co-occurring clinical disorders such as anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, impulse control disorder, etc. The Veda Rehab and Wellness facilities are managed by a highly qualified, experienced, and specialized team of clinical psychologists like Shaili Mehta, cognitive behavioral specialist professionals, besides an illustrious and reputed advisory board of experts to guide and direct the adoption of the latest techniques and treatment protocols in the field of medicine. Please welcome Ms. Shaili. Welcome to MediCircle. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
We are fine, thank you. Okay, Shaili, to begin with, how quickly can someone become addicted to drugs?
So drug abuse is something that's more than just a habit. And to become addicted to drugs, there are a various number of risk factors involved.
Okay.
So to become addicted, there are risk factors such as genetics. Some people have it in their genes, wherein the drug abuse, substance abuse runs in families and it's coming down from generations. Those people are likely to be more addicted to drugs and alcohol than others.
Okay.
Then a very important factor is also age. So what I mean by this is when you start using a drug or alcohol at a very young age, your inclination towards becoming dependent or abusing the drug or alcohol increases because age is young. And then as you age, as you go on growing up, it becomes like a habit and then it turns into an addiction. So addiction is much more than a habit, and these are some underlying factors that really contribute to you becoming an addict than just having a habit of using it sometimes.
Shaili, is there any effective treatment for drug abuse?
Of course there is. So drug abuse is a listed medical and psychiatric illness under the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, that is the DSM that we psychologists use to list down mental illnesses. So substance abuse is a very big major illness that occurs in men and women both. So the treatment, of course, it's there. And the best treatment for any drug abuse or alcohol abuse will be that you take rehabilitation, so basically what happens, why this drug abuse starts in the first place is because of your habitat. It's factors like your peer pressure, pressure with family, or maybe with some friends or whatever. It's your habitat that leads you along with your internal factors. So rehabilitation in itself is a word that tells you that you need to change that environment to give you the correct environment in order to get out of that entire addiction circle.
Okay.
So that's why, of course, there is effective treatment and psychotherapy and medication both included. The treatment is very, very effective, and rehabilitation along with a very good psychotherapy and medication can definitely bring you out of the drug circle.
Right. What psychological ailments can a drug abuser suffer from?
So drug abuse and alcohol abuse brings with itself a variety of comorbidities, that is coexisting disorders. Sometimes these disorders can also be underlying factors of why a person is abusing drugs, but it is also vice versa. So when you have a high usage of drugs, that is when you are abusing a substance, there are symptoms like your mood changes, there is impulsivity, there is aggression, there can be violence, there can be extreme sadness. So illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders are very much possible along with substance abuse. Along with that, there can be also many personality traits that can be leading to personality disorders. There's no research, or it's not like this leads to that, but then these are all in the mind. It's a mental illness. So they are all very interconnected. So personality disorders, mood disorders, depression, anxiety, bipolar, all these are very much comorbidities of substance abuse.
Okay. And what is the advice that you have for the family members of drug abusers so that they can make the habit go away effectively, or they can help the abuser? So how can
So
the
the
society
family,
and friends?
Yes, definitely. Society, friends, and family play the most major part.
Correct.
Apart, like in most cases, more than the individual, it is the family support that makes them strive through the entire journey.
Right.
So even if the person is in rehabilitation, one day or the other, he or she is going to go back into the natural environment at home. So it's the family that needs to understand the severity of that problem in the first place. Sometimes it's a taboo in our society that we don't really have so much openness and acceptance for mental illnesses. And especially something such as drug abuse or substance abuse is labeled very badly.
Right.
So the society and family need to understand that it's just another illness as good as cancer or some other physical illness that the person might have, and without any judgments, it's empathy that the person needs the most.
Correct.
So they need to, the friends and family need to understand that when the person is in rehab or is coming out of it or is trying to leave that habit, encouragement, unconditional love, unconditional support is something that they have to extend in order to receive what they are wanting that loved one to be cured of.
Right.
So everything starts from home, as we say. So it's very important that the family understands, the friends understand that it's not the individual who's doing it purposely. It's just that they've gone to a wrong addiction and they want to come out of it, and they just need that support and unconditional acceptance. That's all that they need to do, and the rest will be taken care of surely by the doctors and the team and everybody, you know, wherever the person is.
Very well and true said.
Yes.
Shelly, I hope your suggestions and your ideas, your knowledge would impart a better understanding for the viewers today. Thank you so much for coming to our show, sharing your valuable time and insights with us. It has been a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Same here. Thank you, Sana.